Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday. I just read some crazy thing. Breaking news. I think Emma Watson is banned from driving for 6 months. I don't know why. That has popped up on my on my desktop. Yeah. Anyways, guys, altcoins are starting to moon. Are you ready? Because I know I am. Make sure you smash the like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're new. And tell your mother that you love her. That is too funny. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button on your way in. Appreciate you for joining me. Happy Wednesday. Let's jump right into the charts. Yeah, apparently Emma Watson's banned from driving. I was cracking up about that. How fast was she going? 6 months is a long time. Hey, guys, I'm super stoked. The Emma Watson thing, I was cracking up. I was like, what? What? It was the most random thing that ever popped up on my thing. I saw the bottom, like, they have, like, this news thing on Windows 10, and it just shows random news on your little start menu. And it was like, parents, FBI warning parents. And I'm like, what is that about? And I click on it, and the first thing I see is Emma Watson. Emma Watson banned from driving for 6 months. I was like, dang. What the heck did Hermione do? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, my goodness. Let's start from the top. Tom Selleck. Nope. Giovanni said, what up, JJ? Portfolio is looking amazing today. Very nice. That's what we like to hear. Tom Selleck's code said CRV, baby. Tishu said, yo, I see rotation. John said LFG. Yeah, I heard that too. Tom Selleck's code said, everyone's saying government sold Bitcoin, but think it's FUD. I think that they sold it previously. I could be wrong. Like, we thought that they held this much, but they had sold it at the time or something. I don't know. I haven't looked all the way into it. Tom Suckscott said Windows 10. Get Windows 11, you peasant. I don't like to upgrade right away because there's always a bunch of junk. I wait until the last second, until they're, like, threatening my family. Let's see. She's banned because of speeding. That's so crazy. John said, my portfolio got swole. Very nice. Tyler said, I think I need to just quit trading. How come? Tom Salksgoat said Windows 10. Oh, yeah, I read that already. All right, let's get into the charts, guys. Bitcoin dominance. Taking a big, fat dump-a-rooney to the downside. We broke below 64, and it was trying to find support. Couldn't quite do it. Bam. Straight down. Beautiful. You love to see it. The fact that we lost 64 is great. That was my ultimate alt-season signal, and it seems to be paying off. Bitcoin is 118, 635, and 1 penny. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we fall. I have not looked at this at all today. I made a couple of good trades. I'm at 139? 140. I'm at 140. We're doing pretty good. Tishu said, what the F? Had to search the news about Emma 38 and a 30. What? Are they, like, ridiculously strict over there? That's crazy. 6 months is insane. Was she, like, a habitual offender? We got 118, 268. What a weird piece of news. We got a big boy right here at 118, 093. And then the bottom over here is, I guess I'll go all the way down, 116 even. Okay, and then up top, up on the house top, click, 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 120, 186. No joke, my family was doing Christmas in July, I guess. We've never done that before. We usually have a big Christmas party, though, 124, 48. And we didn't this past Christmas, so I guess somebody felt guilty, and now they're all planning one for Saturday. 120.01, or was that 122? Whoa, 122.018. Okay, there we go. Oh, Giovanni said, anyone see the base news? I haven't watched it yet. I have not. Taylor said, I got Algo 5x stop loss. It wicked down to my stop loss, exited me out of minus 100, then went up 5%. Dang. John said Pennsylvania is the same way. If you speed more than I think 20 over the limit, you lose your license for 6 months. That's 20 over, though. She was going 38 and a 30. That's crazy. I watched, like, so many cars fly down the road that I was working by today. And never did it cross my mind that those people could lose their license for 6 months. That's insane. Maybe drinking and driving. Speeding, they don't give a crap about, though. ETH is up 7.27% on the day. That's beautiful, guys. That is ETH season. It has officially begun. The rotation in alts will follow, which is going to be very exciting stuff. ETH busted straight above 31.75 and then 33.66. It's currently sitting at 33.65. If it can hold above 33.66, that'd be great. Otherwise, I would look for, I guess, a retest of this 31.75. Maybe a midpoint liquidity pullback at 32.75. We'll see what happens. But ETH looks awesome right now. Sold is up 5.61% on the day, currently trading at 173.18. Broke above 167, and it has been shooting straight up ever since. We got kind of a, well, I guess I would normally try to argue this ascending, broadening wedge, but we're kind of way above that. So maybe this will be support. This previous resistance can now be support if it retests. And then we can use that to continue. Otherwise, I would look for a 167 retest if it does pull back like that. Our confirmed red dot back here played out. Volume's increasing. RSI was overbought for a hot second. It's almost entering the safe zone again. What if I said use like degens? John said Pennsylvania. Yep, I read that. What's going on, Waterfly? How you been, my friend? Did you hear about Emma Watson? Total 3 is up 2.27% on the day. Ooh, 975. We're so close to 1 trillion, dude. Total 3 is about to bust. And then we're going to all just make a ridiculous amount of money. It's going to be fun, man. It's already fun. I've already been having a blast. I'm not going to lie. It's going to get even more fun. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys stick around. The daily close contest is coming up in 22 minutes, so make sure you guys stick around for that as well. ADA's up 2.17%. ADA a little bit lackluster today. We had a couple of trade-worthy moves so far, but it is very, I don't want to use the word suppression, because that's such like a weird victim-y word, very narcissistic, like they're suppressing us. Like anybody gives a crap enough about Cardano to suppress the price for some reason, but it is very much being not pumpy. I guess I'll use that. So, I don't know. Something to keep an eye on. What if I said hear about who? Hermione from Harry Potter. Emma Watson, the actress. Apparently she got her... she can't drive for 6 months. I don't know. It was breaking news. It was worthy of my desktop, I suppose. Yeah, ADA's holding above 74.63. I guess 80's the next stop. We'll see if we can get there. Tishu said, what's your favorite big cap all? Me? Cardano. Cardano, easy. I'm a Cardano maxi. SNEK is up 4.13% on the day, currently trading at 32.86. If it can get above 35, that'd be awesome. I would love to see it close above that. It seems to be struggling consistently. Both these wicks look identical as well. So I don't want this to happen. I want it to just keep going up. That is what I would love to see. But we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. We do have green green volume this time versus red, so maybe it'll make a difference. Taylor said, damn, really, John? I went 109 this morning on the way back from work. That's so crazy. I will say, the most irresponsible thing I've ever done in my entire life was top out my car. I had I think it was a 2001 Mercury Cougar. Love that car. Beautiful, beautiful audio. Like, it was, I believe it was all Bose speakers. It was, that, like, spoiled me for sound systems. So every car I've gotten since then, I've immediately put money into new speakers. But I raced a guy in a BMW on the local highway. I'm not gonna say where, and I wiped the floor with him. But my car was very, very shaky, and it is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And I will never do it again, unless I'm on like a track with like a EMS nearby or something. Then I'll probably do it, but not on the highway with my little poop box car. Waterfly said 1985 Cougar I had. I would love to have that car again. Even the older ones were pretty nice looking. Nice cars. XRP is up 3.94%. It got above $3. Wow, look at that, dude. XRP is just turning heads, man. Current local high 340. I'm assuming that 384 is the all-time high. We'll see if we can get to that. But it's just non-stop chugging along, man. Whacked me down the street, said I loaded my whole car with Rockford Fosgate and my other car with Focal best speakers, period. Rockford Fosgate is what I had in my, what did I put those in? I think I had them in my Taurus. I think that was the one, because the ones in my Focus were really nice as well. I think those were Harman Kardon. I'm not positive, though. You said Focal is the best speakers, period? I'll have to check those out. Yeah, XRP, the fact that it's above $3 is very impressive to me. It's currently trading at 303.25. Volume is a little bit lackluster, but that doesn't really matter. RSI is not overbought at the moment. Red dot back here seems to have played out. You're getting that banana curve, man. Looks good. Momentum wave, a little overbought. We'll see where she ends up, though. 3.89, nothing to, I don't know, wink at. HBAR's up 0.76. HBAR, a little bit lackluster performance today. It's currently trading at 23.48. It is sitting above 22, which is great, but I really want to see it break above 26. Focal, yes? Okay. Yeah, I'll check those out for sure. I'll take a picture. Taylor said I hit 127 on a snowmobile before. That is sketchy AF. The wobbles are crazy. Dude, so many people die on snowmobiles. I don't even know why they exist. Tyler said, I need hype. I put a trade in. Like you're going to buy hype? You need to buy the coin hype? Dragging me down the street said my friend had a 21-inch subwoofer called the Exterminator. I think, can't remember. Waved his whole front windshield. Yeah, I can't do the subwoofers that like you can hear all the stuff that people didn't put together the right way in their car. It just sounds like a bunch of rattling bolts and stuff. I'm not a big fan. I have put aftermarket subs in my car before though. You'd be surprised at how many times you could pick subs out of the garbage. And I just put them in my car and just drain them. I'm like, I would literally, it got to a point where I had to unplug the battery because I didn't wire anything right. And I didn't put, this is way back when, in high school. I didn't put any amps in or anything, so my battery would just die. It was worth it though. It looked pretty sick, or it sounded pretty sick. Annie said GM, sir, GM. Tom Soxgoat said Polk and MB Quartz were some of my faves back in the day. Giovanni said my dad, who has never talked about or invested in crypto, just bought Bitcoin and XRP. Tread carefully in the coming months for the top. Marco Martinez said just here to chill. Momo Bonk, sister. Nice. Mr. Roberts said, hey JJ, hello gents. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Tyler said I did TA, please. 47.53 average, not looking good. What are you talking about? I don't know what asset you're talking about, Tyler. SWE is down, actually. SWE is down 3.92% on the day. The hype is actually kind of taking a little breather on SWE. It does look very similar to this, though. Are they going to do one of these? I could kind of see that. I don't mind that. Hondo's up 1.86% on the day. For SWE, I suppose, is if it holds above 391, great. If it breaks below it, 370 is definitely on the cards. Hondo's up 1.86% on the day. It is still following this trajectory like clockwork, dude. I'm very surprised at this. This actual move right here is playing out, which is pretty sick. Oh, the coin hype. Okay, you were actually talking about that. Okay, I thought I was making a joke. My bad. Ondo, 95.60. It's above 95.35, which is awesome. If it holds above that, great. That is kind of what we want. I would not be surprised, though, if it got below it again. Just for maybe a little fake out to the downside. but we'll see what happens. RSI looks great. Momentum wave looks good. Volume looks okay. Ondo looks pretty decent. And he said, how do I participate in the stream close contest? Okay, so the daily close contest is at 7:50 p.m. EST. And we allow the first 12 participants. And you are literally just trying to guess what you think the price of Bitcoin is going to be for the daily close at 8 p.m. EST. You get a 5-minute window to submit your guess. It is on the Binance Bitcoin tether chart. And if you get closest without going over, you win bragging rights. If you nail the first 6 digits, you win $15. If you nail all 8, you win $100. And all 8 includes the change. So if it closed at like 120,069 cents and you guessed 120,069 cents, you would win $100. If you guessed 120,070 cents because you went over, you would get nothing, and whoever was the next closest below would win bragging rights. So I will let you guys know in the chat when you are allowed to begin guessing. It is at 7:50 p.m. EST. We got about 14 minutes remaining, so stick around for that. Ondo. Yeah, we talked about Ondo. Let's go take a look at hype for Tyler. Okay, getting a little dumpy candle here. 46.81. Interesting. RSI is sitting right below 50. Your momentum wave has been quite flat since back here, actually. Like, whoa. Look at this. I mean, you got blue movement, but your green is very much confused. Interesting. So your red dot played out completely flat. You get a little baby spike up, and now it's starting to go down. You do have a red dot as well. Volume's increasing, but the candle turned red. I don't know. It is in an uptrend, which do tend to break down, and then eventually you get just a solid trend to the upside regardless. Does it look similar to anything else previously? I don't know. That red candle, this whole situation right here seems very ominous to me. It's very odd. The flat line and then the breakdown. It seems like it was struggling to pump here, and then it started selling off. I like the RSI, though. The RSI is resetting nicely. I don't know. It's obviously, it's all going to depend on risk tolerance. You know I'm going to give you the most politically correct answer possible, but 46.86. It's going to a higher time frame. Daily's about to try to find support with that RSI moving average. This could potentially set up to be a flag. Yeah, I don't know. It's all, like I said, it's all going to depend on your risk tolerance, obviously. I could see it doing one of these. It's these two candles right here that you got to look out for. If you experience one of those, this is the ultimate shakeout. It's red, and then it closes green, and everybody longs right here thinking, oh my gosh, that's the most bullish candle ever. And then it bearish engulfings, tricks everybody again, and then it goes green and red. And you get this giant wick. That volatility is definitely in play, for sure. Mr. Robert said, Waterfly, the 80s Cougar was slick as heck, dude. The 80s NASCAR Thunderbird was iconic. You can't beat a T-Bird, dude. T-Bird's classic. Waterfly said, it was Pimp Ride, Mr. Two-Tone Gray, Shag Interior, Super Plush. That actually sounds sick. And he said, all right, sir. Mr. Robert said, Hype is doing a liquidity grab in real time, LOL, right? I'm trying to keep it mellow for Tyler so that he doesn't freak out. I feel like Tyler gets a little emotional with his trade sometimes. It might be doing one of these, Tyler. It could literally just do that. It's going to do this, turn green, and then pump. Not financial advice, that's a possibility. Got to keep that in mind because it seems to be a recurring theme. Look at it, tried it right here too. But this red wicked up really quick. And then it did red and green. Yeah, they're definitely playing off of this space right here. That might actually be your support too. Top of that. Because of these moves. We'll see. Arrow's up 9.51% on the day. This thing blasted above 96.2. It's currently sitting at 93.3. You got above 86 and then just went straight up. Rejected at $1. Dollar's that important point of contention that you got to get above. You don't want to close bearish engulfing here, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. I like that we're kind of getting support at this midpoint. A close above $1 would be awesome. A close above 96.2 would be extra special. As long as we're sitting in between 86 and 96, I'm not bearish, so I can't believe this thing's still going. Arrow's got tons of room to grow, I would assume. Pinlink is down 0.06% on the day, currently trading at 72.60, right below 75. That seems to be the current resistance level. We did a midpoint rejection in between 75 and 87 right here, and then got back below 75, and we're having trouble getting back above it. Volume looks good. RSI just crossed over the moving average, and your momentum wave is starting to spice up. Tom Salscoat said your mom's an 80s cougar. Ooh. Waterfly said, anyone seen Chewy? He okay? I haven't seen him. When Vahid gets here, we're going to ask him. He might be in Hoff's Discord. Let's see. Let me just ask. All right. Yeah, let's see if we get a update from Mr. Chewy. I think he's okay because he made a crap ton of money from Aerodrome. So, Pinlink, yeah, above 75 would be perfect. As long as it's sitting above 60, I'm happy. Render's down or up. I'm sorry, 2.66%. It is sitting above $4, which is freaking awesome. This thing broke into our range. Finally, the forever range on render has been achieved. Now we watch. We watch 394 and 660. Become the ultimate trading zone. Not financial advice. This thing likes these numbers, or at least it did in the past. I don't know if it's going to continue to like those numbers. That'd be sweet if it just blasted above all of those. My target for the MW breakout is impossible because we didn't get the MW. I guess I'll leave that on there. Why not? So we had this beautiful ascending channel, which we broke above, retested, and confirmed bullish. We got rejected at our $4 resistance. Got in a little midpoint liquidity pullback to like 360, 365, and use that as our springboard to get above $4, which is beautiful. RSI is not overbought, but we do have bearish divergence. Volume looks awesome. Momentum wave, a little bit overbought. So we might be due for a pullback. We might get a little fake out and get back below. Maybe find support at 375. Oh, Vahid said, dang, YouTube alert didn't go off. You're good, Vahid. Vahid, have you heard from Chewy? If so, is he good? Waterfly's asking. Mr. Robert said, yes, Waters. The shag is awesome. Must have been comfy as all get out. So yeah, render looks decent. Stellar is up 0.71% on the day, currently trading at 45.47. We do have our midpoint support in play at the moment in between 38 and 52. So that's looking good. What we don't want to happen here is a M. If it does, it's not the end of the world. I suppose we could get a W off of that and then continue to the upside. We'll see what happens. If we do get the M, look for support around 38. Last ditch effort support like end game pullback 32. But right now it looks good at 45.46. RSI is chilling. We did get a rejection from the moving average. We do have a red dot on our momentum wave. So keep an eye out. Some wicks indicating sell pressure. And volumes decreasing. Polkadot is up 2.01% on the day. Tried to get above 421. Rejected. We got some wicks indicating sell pressure. It's currently sitting at 416. $4 even is going to be a nice psychological level. We got above that gracefully. If we could close above 421, that would be awesome. Otherwise, closing above 4 just in general is a treat in itself. We did cross bullish above our RSI moving average, and our momentum wave is starting to spice up. Volumes kind of chipping up a little bit. Hey, Chewy said, Waterfly, why we dumping? Janik said, there he is. Giovanni said, been here for months. I'm up quite a bit, and I still feel sidelined. Dude, I feel that same way. It's weird when the market gets like heated up like this. You feel like I feel like I had too much exposure when the market was red, but I still kept buying and everything. And I got my dry powder that I've been like randomly, like, I don't even know, the shimming into place. And now that we're starting to pump, I'm like, shoot, I don't have anywhere near enough. Which is the weirdest sensation, but I feel it. I really do. So yeah, Polkadot, close above 421 would be perfect. As long as we're above $4, I'm happy. We'll keep an eye on it. Fartcoin up 15.78%. If Fartcoin can get above this upper trend line, it is game on. I'm thoroughly enjoying this insane pump. We did talk about it yesterday when we broke below, or the day before, whenever this break below happened, that this is probably going to be another fake out, and it did exactly that with a god candle to the upside. This fart is a blast. And it did the same thing back here. Same exact thing, textbook. Little fake out below, and then bam. Fake out below, bam. Even this one, bam. The recovery is always way more fierce than the dump. This is actually a perfect analogy for the bull market versus the bear market. The bear market is this long, drawn-out bleed, and the bull market is boop, just a really quick, like, blip. And if you miss it, that's it. You're going to have to be buying the top and accumulating during the bear, and it's going to be boring and miserable, and everybody's going to complain all the time about it. And then eventually you're going to become filthy rich, which is the end goal, I'm assuming, for all of us. Waterfly said, thank God he okay. Was worried Escort found out how rich he is from Arrow and kidnapped him. They would never kidnap him. They would just take all of his money. You know how much of a nuisance he would probably be? I could see it now. They let him go because he complains about so much stuff all the time. He's like, would you at least shut the light off? Shut the door. We're not paying to cool off the outside. Every time anyone does anything, he's like literally strapped to a chair. They're like, can you shut him up, please? They're like, we can't. We tried. He gets out of his gag comes out and everything. He just, whatever he has to do to be able to complain about gas prices and stuff, he won't stop. You know, inflation is really bad. They're like, oh my gosh. How do we reimburse you and make you go away? So yeah, Fartcoin, we're looking good. It's above $1.39, which is awesome. This thing's about to blast right past this line, which is exactly what we're looking for. CAS is up 7.23%, blasting right through 9. It's currently sitting at 93.78. And next target, 97.87. I'm not a big fan of this wick, but we'll have to see how we close. We get the daily close contest coming up in less than 2 minutes. Janik said no Fartcoins, but my bonk bag is sending. Very nice. Fartcoin went crazy today. Look at this.
Fartcoin. Bonk bag?
Bonk. Okay, the bag is like the wallet.
No,
although
I know that.
I would buy bonk bag.
No, I know that it's
You're
not...
the second person to ask me that, by the way. Jason asked me what bonk was recently, which I thought was the weirdest thing.
Okay, I don't know why he's asking, but...
He said Megan asked. So technically we have two rogue women asking what bonk is in the past 24 hours. Look at Fartcoin 144. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss the daily close. Set it down, thank you. Guys, daily close contest is coming up in 20 seconds. Make sure you get your guesses ready. Transition. Ready? Very cool. Three, two, one. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Waterfly said, was that the miss? Yes, it was.
Hi.
Maybe it was the escort.
Yo.
can't. I'm in the zone. I'm sorry. All right, we got Giovanni. I can't talk. We got Giovanni coming in. Giovanni is a alcohol representative. 118, 650, and 69 cents. He works for Grey Goose. We got Chewy. Chewy has just finished building his 4th house because of all the money that he made from Aerodrome. We got Tom Selleck's goat. That is actually a goat.
Okay.
We got Fahid. Fahid was over by 69 cents the other day.
Damn.
Yeah. It was like he guessed like 118, 420, 69, and it closed at 118, 420.
Oh no.
How messed up is that?
Yeah.
It was pretty messed up. We got Waterfly coming in with a gas of 118, 756. JShoe 2.0 said, I'll attempt to guess in here for Tyler, lol. Type it like Tyler's. Oh, Tyler didn't even type his yet. Type it like Giovanni's. You gotta put the gibberish in there. Waterfly, you missed Twisted Ashley. It was quite possibly the funniest joke of all time. We got Any? How do I say your name? Eeny, like eeny, meeny, miny, mo? 118. 758.
You got way too excited about that.
It was exciting. Oh, dang. What if I said die, Eeny? Because he cut him off by $2. That is Eeny's first time participating as well. We got Tyler coming in with a guess of 118, 66901. Nice. Chewy said no, Fahid. Do I need to be? What did Chewy? You aren't in JJ's Discord. I mean, you're not missing much. Although you will be able to see me complain about all the stocks that I missed. Guys, how much time do we have left? We got 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Currently, we have 7 participants with 5 spots remaining. JJ math. I think I got everybody so far. We got Giovanni, Chewy, Tom Selleck's goat, Bahid, Waterfly, Eeny, and Janix. Did I get Janix? I did not get Janix. Janix snuck in there. $118,501.22. Anybody else? Anybody at all? Current standings, we got Mr. Tyler, King of the Castle, with 26 wins, followed by Fahid with 19, Hoffs with 15, JShear 2.0 making an epic comeback with 12 wins, Mr. Roberts with 10, Tom Selleck's goat with 8, Waterfly with 7, Giovanni, Gourmet Brands Brooklyn with 5, and Money, Janix, and Shayna Mac with 4. Ooh, got an update. First, we got JShear 2.0 with 118,777. Look at that. Jesus Christ worked. Waterfly coming in with the update. Any plus 1. Eeny plus 1. 118,759. Tyler said, hurry up, Jay. After Jay submitted. And it's JShear 2.0. Tyler, say the man's name. Guys, we got 21 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in. Hurry up, Jay. Cheers. Happy Wednesday. Whew. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in the Daily Close contest. Let me see. Ooh, this is a good one.
I got carded for that.
Really?
Yep.
That's funny.
to be older than 17 to buy that. I was getting it.
What?
Oh, I was worried they weren't gonna let me. They weren't gonna sell it to me.
It's a mouse pad.
But because it's Five Nights at Freddy's.
There isn't even anything inappropriate on it, though.
I know. I got
Well,
carded
she
for
got
it,
carded for this. It's a Five Nights at Freddy's desk mat. There's no boobs or ass or tits or anything. That's weird. There isn't even alcohol. Emma Watson is banned from driving for 6 months because she was going 38 and a 30.
That's so stupid. That's
It
so
like
dumb.
popped up right on the desktop right before I went live. I was like, what the heck?
That's so stupid.
All right, guys, let's get these bad boys up on the chart. We got JCO 2.0 with 118.777. We got Waterfly with 118.759. We got Eni with 118.758. We got Tom Selleck's Goat with 118.700 even. We got Tyler with 118.669.01. We got Giovanni Fontes with 118.650.69. Very nice. Ooh, I like that wick. We got Janix with 118.501.22. Oh. We got Fahid. What the hell? We got Fahid with 118.420. Nice. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we got Chewy with 118.18. I'm convinced Chewy owns Chewy, the dog and cat food and toy supplier. All right, there we go. Who did I miss?
Yeah.
Is there a
definitely
liquidation
missed
point?
one. You didn't type one out. I was just going to ask you. Make sure you have everybody on there.
118.268. Oh, I think I got them all.
Are you sure?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got them.
Okay,
This
that
one
must be really tiny up there then, because I can't.
There's two right on top of each other, Waterfly and
okay.
Eni.
That's why then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently sitting in Tom Selleck's Goat's court. His field, his gap has been filled. 118.703.12. Tom Selleck's Goat's guess is 118.700 even. Jacer said, I was about to say, Tyler said, oh, so he lets Waterfly be malicious. It's because he's old and about to die. Is
Yo.
It was because Eni kind of snuffed him out with 2 over. So Waterfly went 1 over him, which is pretty sick. In a very John Wick way. Waterfly said, disappointed in you, Jay. Never said that before. You will die too one day, Tyler. I doubt you will make it to old. Ooh, Mr. Robert said, speeding up here is not controlled as tight. We can do 120 to 125 and 100 and not worry. Where is there a 100 mile per hour speed limit? Oh, Canada. So you guys are going like 50. I forgot. Janix said, I'm guessing if you're older than 25, you're considered old. LOL. Jay Shear said, LMAO. Mr. Robs. Giovanni said, Janix facts. Waterfly said, miss on point. Mr. Roberts said, okay, going to the shed and coming back to my prize. Be right back. Very nice. Jay Shear said, Waterfly heart. We are currently in Giovanni's gap with 29 seconds remaining. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a spicy game between Giovanni and Tyler. I kind of hope Giovanni wins because Tyler's been winning so much. It is currently 118.666.96, which is a cool number. I like that number. Here we go. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Daily Close contest, Janix, with a last-minute dump. The Daily Close, 118.630.43. Wow. Janix.
What did they guess?
Janix, yes, 118,501.22. That's what's nice when you got a big fat gap like that. Congratulations, Janix, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Janix with a guess of 118,501.22. Very cool. All right. The Heat almost got it. If he would have went right above Janix, then he definitely would have gotten it. Same with everybody else. All right. Congratulations, Janix, on your victory. Once again, we got a big fat red candle on the Bitcoin daily close. Spam the bananas in the chat. Giovanni said, I'm trying to get my own column, man. Where's Janix? Ooh, Janix is upgrading from 4 to 5. Finally made it out of the last box. I mean, you're lucky to even be on the board. There's like a gigantic line of people with just one win, which was such a pain in the ass to deal with in the old lineup. I was like, I'm just going to cut all these people off. You got to get at least 4 to be on the board, and eventually it's going to be more because more people are going to start winning, and we're going to have to fluff it up. Oh, very cool. Tyler said, JJ, I hate you. What the hell did I do? All right, congratulations, Janix, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Yay! 118,501.22. Very cool. Very nice. All right.
What does he win?
Bragging rights.
There's no.
Janix, you're not Canadian, correct? What the hell? Uh-oh. I messed up my date somewhere.
Babe.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Relax.
I'm trying to go a little too fast. I need to breathe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? Tyler said, don't put that evil on me. Okay, drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 118,501.22 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 118,630.43. July 16th, 2025. Janix's prize is an uncut roll of sushi.
Wow.
Congratulations, Janix, on your victory. This prize was a little more expensive than we hoped, so we just grabbed it. We grabbed it from behind the counter and ran out of the restaurant before they could finish it. So, enjoy. Congratulations on your victory. You can cut it. You can eat it like a burrito. You can share it with your peers. You can enjoy it by yourself. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations.
I'm gonna go play Phasmophobia.
Okay, enjoy.
Yep.
Don't, I guess, disrupt my stream with your guys' internet usage. Okay. Love you too. Guys, if we get cut off, it's because my family has a need to game. So, anyways, congratulations, Janix, on your victory. Very cool. All right, guys, where were we? I did Fartcoin, I did Cast. We were on Avalanche, I think. Avalanche is looking a little bullish here. Currently 22.74. It did close above 22.08, which is great. Had a little bit of a struggle getting above that before. Got above it, broke back down. A little bit of a fake out, trap some bears. Blast from the past. Currently heading towards 23.20. If we break above 23.20, then 25 is definitely in the cards. Volume steadily increasing, RSI decreasing, so there's bearish divergence to keep an eye out for. And our momentum wave is getting a little spicy. What if I said make sure to report your winnings to the IRS? John said, wait. What is the tax liability for a roll of sushi? I think it's more of a tariff liability. Although I do believe that these ingredients are from Gordon Food Service, so we'd have to look where they're based out of. But the gentleman that assembled it is definitely from another country. Chainlink. Currently up 0.36 since the daily close. It is currently trading at 1673. It did close above 1583, which it did before, but we got a little fake out of the downside, found some support at 1524 and used that to blast above 1583. And we did retest for some support there as well. So 1674 looks great. Heading towards 1750. Looking good. Doge is at 0.4 since the daily close. We got it. Oh, that freaks me out every time, dude. Every single time. We got a wick above indicating some sells, but it looks good. 21.33 at the moment. 21.65 is the target. If we can close above that, great. If not, the fact that we're above 20 is impressive in itself. Volume is kind of steadily increasing. It's very like hit or miss here, very spotty, and we got more of a solid chunk here, which I like. NEAR is up 0.66% on the day since the daily close. Volume on this is also kind of increasing, but it's a little more spotty. Currently 274. It did close above 269, which is great. Looks like we're getting a little bit one of these structures where it does this, this, and then this continues. So that'd be cool. 299 is the target for NEAR. And Chili's up 0.26% on the day. We got a beautiful break and close above our purple trend line, and then we broke above 41 or 4.1 cents, and we're having trouble getting above 4.28. If we do get above 4.28, then 5 should actually be our next stop. We might get a little midpoint resistance at 4.6-ish. Tyler said, I hope everyone sticks around for the 12-hour stream. Somebody said, no tax on crypto. Held over a year, right? I need this run to go until October. Tyler said, Mrs. JJ, take his hat off. I'll give you $50. She's the one who actually, she's always the one who tells me the bigger numbers, just so you guys are aware. I was going to offer to shave my beard for 10K. I think she said more. Or maybe she said 10K and I was going to do it for like 669, like 6,900. But yeah. Telling you guys, and you guys get close quite frequently. If you rack up $1,000 in donations within one stream, and it resets every single stream, I will take the hat off. Completely, like, unprompted. I won't have any time to do anything. You guys are gonna do 150 right now. If you get 10 of you to do 100, or even 20 of you, there's 18 watching right now to do 50, then the hat comes off. And I won't delete the stream or anything like that. There's not gonna be any antics. You guys can take screenshots and be all weird. I'll even DM you guys. I could print trading cards. That'd be kind of funny. With the proceeds from the $1,000, I could print trading cards just off my bald head, and I could do like a Pokemon thing, and the attack would be like blind or something. With the light refraction. That'd be kind of funny. Okay, anyways, silver today 37.88. It is sustaining, which is nice. It did look like it was about to plummet, but they're doing a good job holding it up. I'm still surprised that it's even up here. What if I said I don't trust JJ here? What? What if I wasn't bald? Would that be funny? If I wasn't bald? Like if you guys did all of that and then I took the hat off and I had like this big, beautiful like locks of hair fell. Mr. Roberts said, LOL, no, don't do it. It's still weird to me to send cash for that. That's the point. It's supposed to be funny. So let's do some math here. You need 100 of you guys to do $10 a piece. Joe Money said JJ receives 1,000, then goes all his socials. I mean, you guys, I will say you guys did fundraise when I started streaming, and my PC was paid for, so I'm genuinely grateful. You guys are pretty freaking awesome. I will say that much. And I appreciate you guys attending the streams. All I ask is that you hit the like button. That is genuinely all that I want. But if you want to see my bald head, it is going to cost you $1,000. MicroStrategy 455.45. It is heading towards 500. My $500 target. Why I picked $500? I really have no rhyme or reason. I'm just looking for it to do kind of what it did last time, with maybe a little bit less oomph as before. We got this perfect fractal, which goes up pretty high actually. If it makes the same move, then it should go up to almost 600. So yeah, Tyler bought the camera. You guys have contributed quite a bit to the stream, so I'm more than grateful. DXY is up 0.1% since the close. Look at this wick. That's interesting. Interesting action right here. We got a pump and then an immediate wick to the downside. Wonder what that means. NASDAQ. Very, very sideways choppy for NASDAQ and S&P. S&P looks good. 62, 63, 71. Very nice. Bitcoin dominance still red. I'm pretty excited about red Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin itself, 118, 777, 65. Congratulations, Janix, once again on your victory. Very nice to see someone else's name up there for once. I was getting sick of typing everybody else's name. Holy cow. I'm gonna have to start getting other people to come in and play. Just to dethrone some of you guys. Mr. Roberts said you bought the hardware with super chats. Right on, JJ. That honestly makes me smile. Cool, cool. So I built the PC, and then I fundraised to, I guess, reimburse myself. And then I used that to upgrade, which was very much needed because I built the cheapest PC possible. And I got the mic. Somebody else paid for the mic too. Who paid for the mic? Was it Mr. Roberts? Tyler got the camera. Yeah. You guys are awesome. Tyler said just get copy and paste for mine. For what? Oh. But he said Fartcoin won't stop mooning. Fartcoin won't start tooting. Let's go see Fartcoin up 0.42%. Telling you it's going to smash right through that upper resistance line. It's pretty exciting stuff. Each time it's higher too. Higher, higher, higher. It just can't break above it. Once it does, woo! Imagine a fart so powerful it busts through the drywall. Waterfly said, "Bye, mom. Bye, mom. Wow, I can't talk. By now, Mister has paid for plenty." Oh yeah, Mr. Roberts has contributed a metric ass ton, a metric fart ton to the channel. Tyler said, "Did I get the mic too? I always bitched about volume. Maybe. I don't know. You and Mr. Roberts are my biggest contributors. I will say that. I appreciate you guys." All right, let's see. Kind of quiet. Alts are still trying to wake up a little bit. Bitcoin dominance is trying to do its thing. Let's go through some, we got some articles. Before we do the articles, let's do our portfolio updates because it's kind of interesting what's going on here. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is still down 19 bucks. Currently being held up by Proppy, Render, Soulfetch, and ADA, being dragged down by Ondo, Shib, Near, Doge, and Aptos. Proppy's in profit 12 bucks, Render's in profit 10 bucks, Soul's in profit 3 bucks, Fetch is in profit 2 bucks, and ADA is down just under $1. Mr. Roberts said, "I'm actually getting some hardware this week and am super excited." Traxxas XRT with all the fixings. Is that the gas-powered remote-controlled truck? Those are pretty sick. My stepbrother had a bunch of those. We always broke them. They were always very quickly broken. Memecoin portfolio, post-Libra, is in profit, $98. SNEK still the worst performer, but it is slowly recovering. It spent forever at 135, and it eventually broke down from there. But it's 148 right now, which is green compared to 135. It's still in the red overall, but we'll talk about that later. WIF is in profit. How much is WIF in profit? $124. Wow. Pepe's in profit. $84. Doge is in the negative. Gig is in the negative, and SNEK is in the negative. So we get a little bit of recovery, but it is an overall green portfolio. And then the narrative portfolio in profit, $183.74. We do got a little downturn here, which is quite interesting. The peak in the last 24 hours has been $6.99, so we're down almost 20 bucks. Jay Shear said, "Later, Gators, back to work." Take it easy, Jay Shear. Happy Wednesday. Have a good rest of your work day. Pepe is in profit $93. Tao's in profit $49. Fetch is in profit $32. Mana's in profit $14. And VeChain's down $7. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And it's absolutely killing it. Mr. Roberts said, work hard, win hard, bro. Exactly. You gotta focus on the things you can control. Right now we can't control the market pumping endlessly, making us a ridiculous amount of money. So what do? We go work and we make even more money. You never stop hustling. Just because the market's green doesn't mean you should take time off work. And then our perfect entry portfolio is $38 in profit at the moment. SWE is $27 green and Chainlink is $10 green. Should we add another coin today? I feel like now is probably the right time, right? Every couple of days we do one. What's the vote gonna be? I'm gonna first 4 from different people. First 4 assets I see in the chat are gonna be the ones that we vote on. And I want 4 different assets from 4 different folks. So sound off in the chat your suggestion for the perfect entry portfolio. We currently have SWE and Chainlink. We want one more, but we need 4 different choices from you guys in order to run the poll to get you guys to vote and pick one. Mr. Roberts said, buy some Sol for me, JJ. Waterfly said, meh, I'm thinking down tomorrow. Well, we're already doing the thing. Render, we got Render from John. CRV from Tom Solik Scoped. So far, I'm liking what we got so far. Tyler said pin link. I'll have to see if that's an option. Render CRV. I'm going to just put curve. All right, let me make sure pin link is an option. It is. Okay, very cool. Okay, pin link. And Mr. Roberts said Sol. I'll put Sol in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get your votes in on the poll in the chat. We got Render, Curve, Pinlink, or Solana. What are we adding next to the perfect entry portfolio? Currently, only 2 assets. The plan is to have 10 at $100 a piece, and we are in profit on both of them at this very moment. If we keep up our streak, this should be a bottom purchase. So, here's to hoping. Which is why I'm forcing it today and not waiting till tomorrow, like Waterfly suggested, because I'm manifesting further pumpage. Tomorrow should also be a green day. I'm gonna let that poll run for a minute or 2. Tyler, no begging in the chat. We have our little thingy that we've been referencing, this ChatGPT astrology chart for July. And at this moment, we're on the 16th, which is green day numero uno of DOS. Tomorrow, allegedly, also going to be bullish. Followed by, what is tomorrow? Thursday. Friday is going to be volatile. Saturday, Sunday are going to be poopy, red, bearish, dumpage. Monday, Tuesday, neutral. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, bullish. So we will see how everything plays out. According to this, which has been pretty dang accurate, honestly. I've been basing my trades off of this. And I've been doing really good. We got through our 2 volatile days, and then today has been pretty green. See if tomorrow also ends up green as well. If this ends up working, then we're going to have to maybe try to replicate this for August and see what we can get across. But it's been fun to reference it and see what we got. Congratulations, Janix, once again on your victory. Enjoy your uncut sushi roll that we may or may not have dined and dashed. I like the idea of the guy making the sushi and us being like, oh crap, we can't afford this, and then grabbing the sushi roll and running with it. I feel like that would be in a TV show, you know what I mean? Because if it's cut up, all right, you can't grab it. But if it's a whole roll, that thing's pretty solid. You can probably get away with that too. Unless the guy's like super fast, which they might be. I don't know. Depends on the night. Teacher said, okay, I did it for you guys. Check Discord, JJ. Let's go see. Oh my gosh. Look at that sexy beard. This is the most successful I've seen this done. I'm actually going to send something else in the Discord. In the Dong Twitter space a while ago, we were all messing around. And, oh shoot, I don't even know where I would find it. Is it under memes? Yeah, we like ran my picture through a bunch of times to like remove my beard and add my beard, and then it eventually just completely changed the face. And it was the funniest thing, so I'm going to share that in there too. Oh, actually, I can just put it on the thing. Okay, hang on. So this is what Teach You sent in the Discord. it's not bad actually. It did completely change my glasses, my earring, my lower lip, my entire face is completely different. This is a completely different person. I'm pretty sure this is just a random bald guy with a beard. His nose is close, I guess. Very neck beardy though. I don't have that much neck beard. But then the dong thing that I was talking about, which is freaking hilarious, by the way. We ran my face through a bunch of times to like take my beard off and stuff, and then it just ended up turning it into a completely different person. It looks like Adam Driver. We were cracking up, dude. And then then they added a beard onto this guy, and then they took it off again, and it was a completely different dude again, and then they added a beard again. Oh man, we were cracking up when we did this. It was freaking funny. Bitcoin 118,921.08. We got a lot of news articles to go through, so bear with me. Let's see. There we go. Dollar said, "You guys suck." Cash Oak said, "What's up, bro? Hope all the trades hit today." They absolutely did, Cash Oak. Twisted Ashley. Mr. Robert said, hey, Cash Oak. Cash Oak said, "That's the Chat GPT, JJ. Dude, it's been killing it. It has been legit killing it." Tom Salkscoat said, "Bro's chin angle is wild." Butterfly said, "No, we don't need hat off." Cash Oak said, "The Men in Black, JJ." Tyler said, "I screenshotted JJ without a hat. I'll take it. Close enough." Mr. Robert said, "That dude is slowly turning into Robin Williams." The freaking dude, that was so funny. I was cracking up. It turned into Adam Driver was the first one, and the second one looked like the guy that plays Aaron from The Walking Dead. Let me see. Yeah, it looks just freaking like him. Here's Aaron from The Walking Dead. And we're totally getting sidetracked, but it's worth it. I apologize. And then the picture. Memes. Yep. Okay. So this guy, and maybe it's just the beard. The rest of him doesn't really look like him, I suppose. But it kind of does. I see it. I think his name's Ross Marquand. I don't remember. He's really good at impressions. This is Adam Driver. It's hard to find him without a beard. Yeah. How is it? You're not going to convince me that that's literally not Adam Driver. All right. That's enough. That's enough. I'm done. What if I said, you know, Robin is dead, right? Yes. Rest in peace. Robin Williams, absolute legend. That's so stupid. Bitcoin's getting a little green here, guys. We're getting a little spicy. It's kind of exciting. Let's see. Tishu said, "I just took a screenshot and asked Grok, delete the hat and make him bald, LOL. It deleted my entire face and put a new guy on there." Mr. Robert said, "Put that picture up again." Waterfly said, "You know Robin is dead, right?" Tyler said, "Oh, Tyler's just dying." And Mr. Robert said, "That's Evan Robin Williams in the making. The last render." All right, is this the one that you guys wanted to put up again? This one? Completely different person? Hold on, let me get big cam up. Hey. Was I talking? What screenshot did you use? Hang on. I can't, honestly. His bottom teeth are missing. Can't do it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bitcoin 118,920.01. News articles. That's right. Bob Techno said, "Add Turbo, Jasmine, or Doge." LOL. Mr. Roberts said, "Oh, I got my Bitcoin close price. Better late than poor." LOL. Tishu said, "Original uploaded." Yeah, where's my mouth isn't even open. Those are completely different people. ChatGPT taking the cop out. Yeah, this is the whole picture is like a completely different quality too. That's funny. I will keep this. I'm gonna keep this for whenever you guys hit that goal. We can compare them. Okay. This dude has a little more solid. This right here. This is a little thin on me. That's funny. Funny stuff. Okay, news articles. We're getting super duper distracted. It's fun though, fun stuff. Tyler said, "Check hype again, please." After. All right, hype time. Then news. I think I just hit the mic. I'm sorry, guys. Making you guys deaf. Okay, hype. There you go. You're getting your green. Tyler, I would not be surprised, and don't quote me on this. Don't fully rely on this, but I would not be surprised if this ends up being this. Now, that does not mean it's going to, and that also doesn't mean that it's also going to. If it does do that, that doesn't mean that it's going to go up like it did back here either. But according to that astrology thing, ChatGPT, it's pretty close. HQZ said, "Looks just like you." Why? Because it's a white dude with a beard? I don't think it does. He's got a similar nose. I'll give you guys that. He's got a similar nose. Everything else, though, is off. Okay. Cash Oak said, "If we get over 1 minute, 200, some alts might continue tonight." Tishu said, "You want to see the first failed attempt? I just asked make him bald, and look what happened." What the hell is this? That's Danny Warsnop from Asking Alexandria. Mr. Roberts said, "You will like the same to me." That's pretty good. This one, I like this one better. What did he do to the head? Made like my my coffee beanie ghost of Rastafarian with a bong or something. That's funny, man. That's funny. It's always fun to mess with pictures. Okay. Yeah, hype. I guess just be careful. Set your stop loss. You might bounce off your 50 on the RSI. It's really hard to tell though what the entire market's gonna do. Really, you got a kind of a reversal candle right here with that wick, so it might actually start to turn around. That might be played out with this one green though. And you do got a pretty decent red volume on the 1 hour, so just something to keep an eye on. All right, news articles. Check it Turbo. Let's check it Turbo first. Turbo. Mr. Roberts said the white guy to the other white guy. Tyler said Bam Margera. All right. Turbo. Turbo actually looks pretty good here. So we got above 44.18. Broke back below it. Found support at 4. Used that to springboard. And then let me zoom in so that because I know it's a little bit smaller for you guys. Right here. Especially on the lower time frame, it's probably really obvious. Yeah. See, you broke above, retested, and then continued. Flag, break, chop, bust, little retest, pullback, liquidity grab scenario. And then now it's just chopping sideways. That's what's interesting. Got a decent chunk of volume here, and it didn't fall off completely. It is way more significantly than right here, but significantly less than back here. Your RSI is floating right above 50. You have an unconfirmed red dot on the momentum wave, which is right here. Played out. Got a nice wick, signaling some buy pressure. So on the 4-hour, I don't know, is it a flag? It's a sloppy flag if it is. I can see it. It's kind of a triangle. You got that upper resistance. Lower might not be reliable, so don't put too much stock into that. But that upper resistance line is kind of obvious. Candle bodies, closing. Kind of want to get above that. Mr. Rubber said I actually don't like that chart. It's a little bit iffy, but it's a meme coin. You got to consider that too. Yeah, see, you got this. You got your rise and your S curve, banana curve up. This is a nice distribution right here. Beautiful. So many people probably got so impatient right there. I would hate to be in that. So, yeah, you're kind of stuck at the resistance from this past chunk right here. If you get above that, maybe 70 for the next resistance line. Now this is very vague because there's a bunch of lines right here. There's a rejection right here, kind of a rejection right here, rejections right here, support right here, rejection here. So it's iffy. That's 6 resistance. Get above that, stay above that, and show some bullish momentum. Then we can talk. Cash Oak said I put 1K of the gains in GRT. The daily is still below 200 MA. I don't know how I feel about Graph. Okay, let's get to some news articles, guys. Bitcoin looks good. Congratulations, Janix, once again on your victory. Enjoy your sushi roll. And let's take a look. We got President Trump saying the 11 representatives who voted against the pro-crypto legislation have now agreed to vote in favor. They have. That has since passed. U.S. Director of Federal Housing Finance, that is Bill Pulte, by the way, he's a Michigan resident, says a source confirmed Fed Chair Jerome Powell is considering resigning. Then we got this random Anna Paulina Luna confirming that Jerome Powell is going to be fired, allegedly. Kobayashi Litter posting Vanguard currently owns a record 20.6 million shares of MicroStrategy, and is its largest shareholder. This is 8% of the company's outstanding common stock. Their ownership has doubled over the last 2 years. This comes as multiple Vanguard mutual funds and ETFs have accumulated shares while tracking a wide range of indices. This includes small and mid-cap benchmarks, as well as momentum, value, and growth strategies. Institutional capital is piling into Bitcoin. Very nice. Past Vice President J.D. Vance breaks the tie. $9 billion Doge cuts package advances. NPR PBS, you said on the chopping block. 3 Republican no's, McConnell, Collins, and Murkowski. Next, we got Japan 40-year government bond yield rose overnight to near the highest since 2007 debut. 30-year yield rose the highest since 1999 debut. 20-year yield rose the highest since 1999. And 10-year yield rose the highest since 2008. We got global equities sell signal has been triggered. Institutional investors' cash level as a share of assets fell to 3.9% in early July from 4.8% in April. According to the Bank of America rule, cash allocations at or below 4% historically indicate a sell signal for global equities. I'm curious to wonder how that will affect retail investments. Comparison of NVIDIA to Cisco.com bubble is officially dead. NVIDIA completely outperforming the .com bubble. .com bubble is a thing of the past. At least you said Kobayashi. I thought you said Kobayashi. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say it myself, if I'm being completely honest. We got the Cardano card. This I'm very excited for. They're saying it's likely to be launched in Q4. You can register to get one and follow them on X. I am 1000% getting one. Like, hard. Let's get back to Bitcoin, 118,936.22, and I am going to end our poll. I think. Was that a right move? We got 11 votes. Number one is Render with 36%. Ladies and gentlemen, Render is our next allocation to our perfect entry portfolio. We are adding $100 worth. It is currently valued at 4077. 100 divided by 4.0771964. 24.52. And bam. Ladies and gentlemen, Render is now officially a part of the perfect entry portfolio. All right. Tish, you said no. You said it all right. I guess I'm a Trekkie, so I got reminded of Kobayashi Maru. I guess nobody knows. Oh, I thought of the scene from Step Brothers where they're like, you better get this right or so-and-so's gonna eat your dick off. And he's like Kobayashi. Ah! And the guy's like, I've seen him do it. And he's like, you've actually seen him eat a man's penis? And he's like, it was international waters, so they could prosecute. Hilarious scene, but I don't know what the hell Kobayashi is. I just always thought it was like Kabasa because he sounds similar. And I'm an uncultured white man. Bob Techno said on a 30x long on Bitcoin, take profit at 125 and 135. I think we go up. My personal target for December is between 250 and 420. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, the farther we go, the more bullish we're going to get for sure. If you take a look at the seasonal charts, it kind of tells you everything that you need to know. The closer we get to like autumn, winter, the more bullish everything gets because people are coming out of summer and they got money to burn. They're not spending any time outside. They're bored, sitting at their computer like, what's this Bitcoin thing all about? I'm going to get me some Bitcoins. And they buy some. John said, teach you, I don't believe in the no-win scenario. What? Okay, next. PayPal to expand PYUSD stablecoin to Arbitrum blockchain. Very cool. 2 trillion. Citibank says it's becoming an on-ramp to the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency economy. Clients want to be multi-border, multi-asset. It's happening. Let's freaking go. Why is there so much excitement around a cryptocurrency called stablecoin? Somebody posted this. They said we are so early. This was pretty good. This was posted yesterday on NPR. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Wag Me Down the Street said going 50x long on Doge. $250,000 position. Dang. Wag Me Down the Street. Do you want to use my referral link? Throwing around that kind of money. You could help us support the channel. We got Bitunix and Ourbit in the description. Feel free to sign up. Appreciate you. Tishu said, haha, nice, John M. Okay, I'm assuming that's a Trekkie thing. Cashhook said, sheesh, 250K. All right, next we got Bloomberg anchors talking about how it's getting easier for Bitcoin holders to buy real estate without selling it, not priced in. Very cool. If you hold your cryptocurrency on a centralized exchange, it has to be an approved one or whatever for the mortgage lender, but you can actually use that as your assets for getting a mortgage, which is pretty sick. Never in my life would I thought that would have happened, but I'm actually very excited about it because I'm trying to buy a house. You guys all know it. I won't shut up about it. I talk about it way too much, and very frequently the news segment is filled with house stuff, potentially house market crash. Breaking, the U.S. House has officially passed Bitcoin and crypto legislation in a revote on the motion. Very exciting stuff. Tyler said my Cash App is. Well, my Cash App is also in the description. If you want to just give me money for any reason, you know, I think I have a Venmo in there as well, and just Bitcoin and ETH wallets. You're free to super chat as well. We do have a narrator, so if you do super chat, you say something funny, it'll narrate it out loud, and it makes everybody laugh. Unless it's not funny. How awful would that be if you did that and nobody laughed? That would be so bad. I guess you wouldn't really be able to tell what people gonna go in the chat and be like, ha ha ha. All right, we got altcoins versus Bitcoin. We're officially breaking out of a forever long downtrend. We also got, I guess, sexy Anna Nicole Smith. Interesting. US PPI falls to 2.3%, lower than expectations. I don't know if that's bullish or bearish. I don't remember. There's too many 3-digit things. Watch out for hidden costs. Intraday trading down. What does that mean? U.S. Producer Price Index tracks wholesale inflation, falling to 2.3, signals cooling price pressures on producers. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Tyler said, JJ, if you can, slow your narrator speed down. It talks way too fast. I don't know if I can, actually. I'll have to take a look at that and see if it's a thing.
Balls. Oh,
wait a minute. I'm sorry. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha. That's awesome. Thank you for the balls, Mr. Roberts. I appreciate that. See, Tyler did it too. Cashjoke said Bitcoin Cash is going to be vibrating from Ashley soon. Cashjoke, did you see the merch? I'm actually super stoked about the merch. Twisted Ashley. Hand drawn by yours truly. A unbranded, I'm going to call it a fidget toy. A unbranded, definitely not copyrighted, fidget toy that says Twisted Ashley. Part of the Deep Lore series. If you know, you know. Part of our 6-hour live stream from the other day where we watched live Bitcoin break $120,000 for the first time ever. Very exciting stuff. Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts, for the $10 and the large quantity of balls. Speaking of that, Cashhook said the Spencer store special. Speaking of that, I just thought of this random story. Buddy of mine, both of his parents were teachers, and it was, I don't know, that's a random fact, I guess. They were having a bachelorette party for one of their friends or whatever, and one of the things that she got was a gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods. And she opened it up, and she reads it, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I love Dick's." And as my buddy's dad telling me the story, and he goes, I guess everyone was there. Maybe it wasn't a bachelorette party. It was some kind of wedding party or whatever. And he goes, well, that's not good. Dick's is plural, and you're getting married. And it was the most dad joke thing I'd ever heard, but it was pretty fucking funny. I laughed at it, I'm not gonna lie. She goes, oh my god, I love Dick's. And he's like, well, that's plural. And you're about to get married to one, so... Tyler said if it was slower, it would be so much more funny. Tishu said curve keeps going. Can it reclaim $1 and hold above? Mr. Roberts said that wasn't even copy and paste. I typed all that shit. LOL. You typed all that balls, you mean. Alright, where were we? Gosh, Bitcoin looks great. You guys want to look at Curve and what else? Curve and Bitcoin Cash. Curve. Whoa! Curve looks beautiful. 93.85. Can it reclaim $1? I don't see why not. It's right there. It's probably going to reject $1, actually. But that's a big, fat volume candle. And it's very overbought right now. But it's still going. And Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, $502.20. We got a break above. Bounce at 484. Very nice. 500 is going to be very psychological number. I like that we're above that, though. That's that double bottom right there. 715 in the cards next. Let's go to the daily. I mean, come on. Did you ask for a better looking chart? This is actually interesting. Okay, so you really want to get above that. But it also is almost making a wedge, which is very bullish. Index said Caspa. Where is Caspa? There it is. Cashhook said it has same supply as Bitcoin. Boomers really like Bitcoin Cash for some reason. Dude, Caspa looks awesome. She's flying, man. 4 hour. 93.85. Yeah, it's above 9, so it's gonna go to 97 at least. At least touch it. Look at Farcoin up 2.87, and it broke above the upper trend line. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see. $1.60 is the next stop, hopefully. We'll see if we get a retest of this. Let me extend it out a little bit. Breakout retest confirmation, maybe? I don't know. I like it. I like what I see. Maybe it just keeps going and it breaks out and retests and confirms $1.06 or $1.60. $1.06. That would be bad. Dang, what a beautiful chart, man. Those fake outs will get you. This is the inverse bongo cat as well. Very nice. There's definitely something to it. Okay, Bitcoin. Alts are heating up. Arrow's up 1.5% already. Farcoin's up 2.6. Doge is up 2.1. Near's up 1.5. Let's go. Bitcoin dominance continues to dump. Very, very nice. Congratulations, Janix, once again on your victory. All right. Binance founder CZ says Bitcoin could solve most public debt. Bank of America expects to launch a crypto stablecoin, according to Reuters. U.S. House advances Crypto Genius Act, Clarity Act, and Anti-CBDC Act. Marjorie Taylor Greene voted against all of these yesterday, and she goes, it doesn't have anything about them stopping a central bank digital currency or some crap like that. And I'm like, hello? I was so flabbergasted. I was like, are you stupid? That's literally one of the things that you voted against, dumbass. It was cringy, dude. It like hurt my soul when I saw that. I was like, what the hell? 211 Democrats voted against advancing pro-crypto legislation. Mr. Roberts said, gotta bounce, JJ. See y'all. Peace. Take it easy, Mr. Roberts. Appreciate you. Happy Wednesday. El Salvador President Nayib Bukele meets with Pakistan's Minister of Crypto. How sick would that be to just be the Minister of Crypto? That's pretty cool. Fox Business discusses Bitcoin reaching 150K within 6 months. It's going to happen in the next 6 months. This is the golden age of digital assets. Hell yeah. They know what's coming. Bill introduced in Congress requiring lenders to consider crypto holdings when applying for mortgage. Let's go. Trump says the Genius Act will be passed tomorrow after speaking with all holdouts today. That was 7 hours ago from Cointelegraph. We got Colin Talks Crypto, who is the OG that we're aware of. M2 money supply versus Bitcoin guy. He pointed out ETH BTC bottom is in. Resistance levels are becoming support, higher low and higher highs. Very nice. That's what we like to see. Bitcoin dominance, as we said earlier, this is not alt season yet, and likely Bitcoin is going to continue its dominance for a couple more months. This does not mean your alts are not going to pump alongside with Bitcoin. Enjoy the pump. Yeah, I think everyone was saying once we lost 60 on Bitcoin dominance, then it was the real alt season. I will say, going from 66 down to 63 in just a couple of days is pretty enticing, I will say. Because all we got to do is that one more time and we'll lose that 60%. It is incredibly oversold here, though, on the RSI. Oversold. I don't know if you can really call it oversold technically, but it's oversold on the RSI, so we might get a little bounce here. Bitcoin 119, 153, absolutely beautiful chart. We got most altcoins will 100x on average. It's coming. 100x on average is insane, but we'll see, man. Remarks posted, President Trump says Coca-Cola has agreed to use real cane sugar in U.S. going forward. This was exciting to me because I don't know if you guys have ever had a Mexican Coke in the glass bottle. They use cane sugar in those, and it's freaking delicious. So I'm excited for cane sugar and Coke. And last but not least, we got WhaleFud posting, would you like to see your government remove taxes on crypto assets? Yes. Yes, I would. Anyone that says no to that is literally lying. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map. Tishu said TA works on Bitcoin dominance. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if the RSI works either, but I imagine RSI is just like almost like a moving average, essentially. It's like weighted average over time or something. There's some rhyme or reason to it that it can apply it to everything. It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be because of selling pressure or buying pressure. Technically, it would because of Bitcoin. So it should be... No, actually, there's no correlation. I don't know. It's very interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if the RSI is relevant. It's just something I pointed out. All right. Liquidation heat map symbol. Cheers, guys. Happy Wednesday. Okay. 118, 268. Yep. And up above, 120, 274. No. Actually. There we go. Tishu said, I think zoomed out it works, but short term, I don't know. Yeah, who knows, man. I mean, I had done TA to, yeah, you're right, actually, because it was zoomed out to get my 66% top prediction. Way back in December, we were talking about 66% being the top. And that's exactly what it was. Beautiful, beautiful top. Love it. Now, I don't know if any of the other lines will end up being relevant, but they were in the past for some reason or other. I just don't know how much more confluence is going to create going forward. Okay. Bitcoin 119. We're on the daily. Daily looks good, man. My charts get so messy. 119, 086, 07. Gosh, so much more volume and stuff. Oh, beautiful chart. All right, let's go take a look at total 2. Total 2, 1.39 trillion. Finally got our breakout of our upper resistance. The descending broadening wedge. Final retest at the bottom, broke bullish. I guess that is very telling of usual patterns. You get your W and the second bottom is always lower. Well, not always, but it's very frequently lower, and I imagine that shakes out a lot of people pretty consistently. So it's probably a very effective chart pattern for the market makers, if that even is an idea. 1.39 trillion. Current local high 1.64. Current all-time high is 1.71. Oh, we're blasting right through that. Are you kidding me? Bob Techno said right now even Bitcoin is now making news general public attention. Last bull run, they were talking Shiba Inu in the news. We're still far from top of this bull run. I agree 100%, Bob. I think we're just getting started. Everyone's been saying this whole time. They're like, the bull run's over, blah, blah, blah. And I've been pointing out, I'm like, I don't think that we've even begun the bull run. Now I think we might be. But months ago, people were freaking out about double top and all this stuff. And everybody thought it was crazy. But we've never ended a bull run in fear. It's always peak euphoria. It would not make sense for us to end a bull run in fear now. Why would that come out of nowhere?
especially with the money supply like quadrupling over the last decade. It should be 4 times as crazy as it was before, not 10 times underwhelming. You know what I mean? So definitely a lot of like market psychology going on for sure. Let's go check coin market caps. Fear and greed is at 70. Interesting. Last time it was here was May. Okay. And then altcoin season index, we are at 38 out of 100. We are very, very close to crossing that 50 threshold. Oh my gosh. I literally just loaded up on Pengu and I didn't load up, I guess. I totally should have bought more. But the fact that it's super duper pumpy still has me very excited. Where the heck is it? Right here. Bam. Heck yeah. How far am I up right now? 40%? Dude. Yeah, Pengu's marketing team, Pudgy Penguins, out of control. Absolutely out of control. I think Pengu actually has the potential to flip Doge. Just because of their marketing team and their utility being their little figurines and collectibles and stuff. I feel like it's going to perform very, very well. That's just my own opinion, though. Happily be wrong. Let's see if anything else on our watch list is pumpy today. We got ETH. Ethereum on Solana is up 43%. Cheeseball. Dark Magician Girl. Okay, so all of the super duper dead memes are like coming back to life, which is kind of crazy. Even Hawk Tua is up 6.6%. That thing's still got $2.5 million market cap. That's so crazy. Tyler said, but at what point is there too much money in the market to make euphoric stage that crazy every time? It's got to stop eventually. No, it does not, because people can keep buying the same Bitcoin just for higher prices. Does that make sense? Like if all the Bitcoin is bought up and there's just one Bitcoin left and I sell it to you, Tyler, for $200,000, and then you take that same Bitcoin and you sell it to Cash Oak for 250, and then Cash Oak sells it to Bob for 300. We just spiked the price up to $300,000 just with the same exact Bitcoin transacting 2 or 3 times to people that are willing to pay more and more for it. That is literally how the price goes up. It does not take billions of dollars to pump the price up. It just takes a certain number of buyers and sellers willing to spend a certain amount of money. Does that make sense? That's how people can artificially inflate the price of their cryptocurrency. That's how ICP got in the top 10 as soon as they launched. That's how all of these rugs that we've witnessed. Blaze was the most recent one. Where is it? Man, it's not even at the bottom. Where the heck is it? Did I pass it? There's no way it's up this high. There it is. Oh my gosh, it is up. This thing right here, they probably pumped it up artificially just with buying and selling to themselves in different wallets. Got a couple of suckers like here, here, and here. People putting in a couple grand. Then there's a couple grand to extract. And all you got to do, just one clip, all of your wallets, sell it once, and all of that money's yours. Even if it's just $2,000 or $3,000, if you have a bot doing it over and over again, that's free money. And unfortunately, there's people getting away with that stuff. Nothing you can do. It's a free market, but you got to take the steps to protect yourself. Make sure you're looking at the holders, liquidity providers, contract, all that stuff. You got to, especially if you're doing soul memes or just memes in general. That was on base even. It's not specific to a chain. Dude, Roar's up 25%. Let's go. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? We literally drew this line. That's so sick. Is it going to do exactly that? That would be so crazy. It's literally just the fractal suited over. Bob Techno said 2027 bottom. Crazy at 85K after a high 250 on next bear market. Everything possible. I agree. I like all of this. I like all of those numbers. Cashrook said minor stocks haven't topped and taken profit. I wonder if miners have even sold yet. I remember that being a big talking point last bull market I genuinely don't think that would even be an issue now. Didn't somebody just sell like a trillion or billion, couple hundred billion, or some ridiculous amount of money worth of Bitcoin yesterday or the day before? The price just stayed at 100K or 120K. Like, it did not flinch at all. So, I don't know, man. 20% candle on the 4-hour. Wow. This thing is freaking beast. I don't remember who it is that's invested in this, but it's one of our frequent people in the chat. Still got Chewy on here. What the heck? Okay. All right. I gotta move current all-time high. Current all-time high is 120, 123, 218 even. Actually, I guess I'll move old all-time high. Why? Nope. One 23, 218, and then this becomes old all-time high. Interesting how the tables have turned. Old all-time high, and then this is current all-time high. Exciting stuff. Tyler said, I just need hype up. Tom Selks said I sold 300 Bitcoin yesterday and price didn't move. Damn. All right. 4-hour looks nice, man. I got no complaints. 0 complaints, precisely. Huh. You know, there's definitely like repeating scenarios here. This right here is the same thing as this. I'm wondering if this is going to end up being like this. You know? Let's fractal that. Don't use this as a means to justify any kind of anything. Okay? Just throwing an idea out there. Tom Sox said, wouldn't you like to know, Tyler? Okay, let's make this less transparent. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Could be. Not financial advice, obviously. And it's very clearly decoupling from the fractal already. So, who knows, man? Who knows? I got another, I'm going to recommend a movie of the day, but it's going to be 4 movies. I think it's 4. The movie of the day is going to be Shrek. Just go watch all of the Shrek movies. When our daughter was a baby, we had that fancy like swing that she would sit in. Which, by the way, why don't they make those for adults? You know how chill that would be? I guess we get massage chairs. That's like our adult baby swing. But a swing sounds way cooler. But she's in the swing. This is like my first time watching her by myself. Everyone like went out shopping and stuff, and I was like, I'll take care of her. And she was like a couple days old, maybe. And she's just sleeping in her swing. And, you know, I fed her and whatever. And I just laid down on the we had fresh carpet in the living room. We were living at my fiance's parents at the time, too. Fresh carpet in the living room. I just laid down on the fresh carpet with my laptop, which I had also just bought like a week or 2 prior, with my laptop. And I watched all the Shrek movies. And it was so relaxing, so chill. And I don't know what it was because everyone was stressing out about the baby and everything. The baby's always like hyperactive and won't sleep and very high maintenance or whatever. I'm like, I didn't have any issues. And everyone was pissed. Because I'm like, we just watched Shrek, man. Everyone thought they were going to get home and I was going to be like pulling my hair out. Like, what is going on? The baby's so hard to manage. And I was like, no, we just watched Shrek. Tisha said, taking a fractal of recent market movement usually doesn't work. I've tried it. I mean, fractals are hit or miss anyways. They're just ideas. Tyler said, type this in Google. Crypto scheme in Bradford, Pennsylvania. So a woman I work with, this was her cousin. FBI came and took everything, but still couldn't get into their crypto wallets. Still on trial. Really? Type this into Google. I'm typing crypto scheme in Bradford, PA. Watch the FBI show up. My door just gets immediately blasted down. Cryptocurrency investment scheme involving residents of Bradford, Pennsylvania. Department of Justice press release in 2021 announced an indictment of Shane Hivzibda, 33 of Bradford, and Sean Hivzibda, 35 of St. Mary's, on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and money laundering. The indictment detailed how the brothers allegedly defrauded investors by falsely representing an investment in cryptocurrency, diverting funds into personal accounts, and providing false performance information. 31 million? Whoa! How do you steal like $1 million? Let's say 5. Let's say you're really greedy. You get 5 million. What makes you go, I need to do this 8 more times? I just need another 26 million and we'll be good. Who does that? There was another guy. There was a guy who, so Home Depot sells nuts and bolts, and this guy ordered from like Alibaba the same nuts and bolts, and he forged receipts. I don't know why this seems like the most intricate, just rob a bank at this point. But he forged receipts, and he returns these nuts and bolts to the tune of like a couple $1 million. They finally catch on. They're like, our performance is a little bit lackluster. Probably because they're like, why do we have so many of these same exact nuts and bolts? Technically speaking, Home Depot would not have lost any money because they paid the guy and then they sold them for the same price later, but they would have lost money for the employees having to restock and whatever, all of the labor that went into accepting and then reselling these nuts and bolts. But it's just the most random niche thing in the world. I think one of my favorites so far that I've heard of is the people that, let me go big webcam. The people that like made invoices and just sent them to like Google or Amazon or whatever gigantic corporation, and the company just paid it, like no questions. And these people made a crap ton of money by like making these invoices and just sending them out, and they got in trouble for it. I'm like, why would they get in trouble for it? It's your job to determine whether or not you owe somebody money. I'm not forging anything. Maybe they did. Maybe they did like for services rendered, blah blah blah. I bet you if they would have worded it a certain way, they wouldn't have had any issues legally. Because if I send you I can invoice you guys for whatever the hell I want, as long as it's not something I actually didn't do. But I could invoice you and put like, I don't even know what I would put. Something that you can't prove otherwise. You know, consulting, just general consulting. And then they're like, what did you consult? I'm like, well, he said what happens to the scammers that get a few million and then lose it on crypto gambling investments and then get caught. And I answered him. That was my consultation. You know? And if you actually paid the invoice, just whatever on a whim, that's not anybody's fault. You decided to pay the invoice. Why is that my problem? Catstroke said Bitcoin might pump here. Hopefully it does. Tyler said, I think they had a good amount and it grew to that, is my guess. That's so crazy. I believe And I think that this happens where people will like scam billions of dollars. I can almost guarantee you Sam Bankman-Fried has millions tucked away somewhere. People will scam and get away with a ton of money, and then they can't recover most of the funds. Sometimes it's cash, sometimes it's otherwise. The person, like if I did that, if I stole $10 million and I burned it, gambled it all away, gave it to homeless people, whatever, it's just gone. You guys can't get it back. I would be forever indebted for the rest of my life. Unless in the court I can argue with the court whenever they're like, you're ordered to repay back 85%. So then I gotta pay $850,000. If I ever had a job, it would get garnished, and I would forever be indebted to that tune until the day that I died. And then, it would go to my estate, whatever. It's similar concept to that. That's why you can sue people all you want, but if you actually like sue somebody who doesn't have money, you're more than likely never going to get the money that you sue them for. Tyler said, I thought I was the only cryptoer within 100 miles. Dude, you're probably so excited. You're like, oh, more crypto people. You're like, you're like trying to find them on JPay. Tom Soakscoat said, I thought Home Depot items are all tagged in a way they know if they're not from there. This was years ago. I have no idea how they do it now. Let me see if I can find it. Home Depot fraud. Nuts and bolts. Forged receipts. Let's see. Receipt fraud. I'm trying to find a specific thing. Huh. I can't find it. Home Depot employee. Nope, nope, nope. Man in Home Depot fraud sentenced to 2 to 2.5 years in prison. Smith and others. The scam. Hold on. Is this it? This might be it. Oh, this is in Detroit as well. What? Oh, this is different. These people were switching prices on stickers. Wait a minute. No, this might be it. No. $300,000? More than 100 stores. Took the barcode stickers, inexpensive, and placed it on goods that cost. No, this is not it. This is completely different. That's crazy, though. 300K? See what I mean? People, how do you... Like, do it once or twice, and then you get a couple grand, whatever. That's it. What do you have to try to make a career out of it? That's so weird. They only got 2.5 years, though. Over 300 grand? That's so ridiculous. Members of fraud ring sentenced to federal prison. This one's sophisticated scam over 600K. Is this it? Electronic final payment systems. Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Mississippi, Texas. Prior to purchasing merchandise, they covered the UPC labels on high price items with UPC. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing. Those are the same people. I don't know. I can't find it. The nuts and bolts thing. But yeah, I thought it was the craziest thing. I'm like, that's so much work. Tyler said I'd go to prison for a year for $1 mil. I guess it depends on the prison. I'm not trying to become somebody's bitch for $1 million. You know what I mean? All right. Congratulations, Janix, once again on your victory. Guys, I'm probably going to call it a day. Pretty chill day overall. Lovely Wednesday. I appreciate you guys for sticking around through the rants and completely sidetracked conversation pieces. It was a fun time today, though. You guys got to see what some other guy's head on my body looks like without hair. And a completely different beard and face and everything. So that's kind of cool. Neck tats and shit. But anyways, guys, As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to say it. Don't panic, study crypto. And good night.